Well, good morning. Welcome. Thanks for joining for the Daily Pause again. It's Caleb Lynch here, and I got a special guest, one of my favorite humans on the planet. His name's Chad Belew. He's a pastor in Texas, San Antonio, and he pastors a church called the Arsenal.
Hey,
Repping the Arsenal today. And Chad, man, how you doing? How you guys holding up? Thanks for joining me.
man, I'm just stoked to be here with you. You are by far my favorite. Well, not my favorite. One of my favorite people. Maudie probably takes the cake on the favorite person, but
Sure.
you're definitely one of my favorite people as well. So I would do this every day, sit and talk with you. So thanks for having me, man. I'm yeah, stoked to be here.
So we do this most days,
We
and
do.
we don't
Yeah,
record it for people to see. So that's
it's usually Marco Polo
yeah,
and
yeah.
or FaceTimes, but
Good, man. Well,
now
thank
everybody gets to see it.
That's right. That's right. Which maybe is dangerous. People don't
Yeah.
need to see what we talk about. Well, hey, Chad, how are you guys holding up, man? This is a crazy time. I know you've got a church you're pastoring. I know you got a bunch of little kiddos running around. How you guys holding up, man? How's this time treating you?
It's crazy. That's a good word for it. We yeah, got 4 kids at the house, and then have a church that we're trying to pastor through a pandemic, and we're a small church, so don't have a ton of help, but quite a bit. I mean, the help that I have has been in- incredible. I mean, they've been phenomenal. But yeah, it's been tough. We're my wife Maudie works, so she works full time. I'm working full time plus, at the church, and we're homeschooling kids, and so it's been a wild ride. You know the feeling.
For sure, for sure. Both Kaylee and I are working, and kids. We don't have four. We got two. So
Well,
you're
and your
you're
and your girls are sweet, and I mean, you don't have issues like we had. Like we got boys that are jumping off of tables and throwing things at each other.
true.
I see videos of your precious, perfect little girls just playing outside and giving goats milk, and you got it easy.
Dude, yes, they are wonderful kids, but they're not always easy.
I guess
Especially
Instagram makes it look easy, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially when you're sending cookies and ice cream in the mail for my kids. That doesn't ever help. But
I just want to be the favorite.
and you are. They're
Yeah.
favorites.
It works.
Well, good, man. Well, hey, we at Open Door Fellowship Church, we're in this theme. I think I've talked to you a little bit about it, but this theme called pause, and we realized pretty quick that the government and this pandemic had put us into a pause, kind of a forced pause, and no one was happy about it. But we're choosing to believe that there is a pause that might be healthy, and that kind of that reset, hitting that reset button, kind of that reevaluation, kind of that heightened sense of God, what are you doing in us right now? How are you shaping us? What are you teaching us? What are you reminding us? And so I don't know. I don't know what it's looking like for you guys as much at your church and how you're pastoring and what you're doing. I watch from a distance, and I'm blown away by some of the content you guys are putting out. But what, Chad, for you specifically, what's something God's teaching you? What's something you're learning? What's something that this time of pause is shaping in you?
Yeah. I do watch your stuff. I watch the daily pauses. I watch, your messages every Sunday, and so it's a word that I'm trying to learn how to operate within. Pausing is not something that I do well. You know, One of the things during this pandemic. So I'm a creative. Like that's what I do. It's in my nature, and so when this happened,
Hence
uh,
the pink lights in your
my
background.
pink lights, yeah. They're fun. I have some fun with them. Like, you don't like pink?
No, I'm good with
Right?
pink. I'm
You're
good
not
with
okay with pink?
yeah.
I can change them. You
Let's
want
do
'em
that.
you want
Let's
'em to
do
be what
that.
color we want?
Oh, look at that.
What color you want right now? Like blue?
Yeah, let's do blue. I like blue.
Okay, I'll go
It goes
blue.
with my eyes. Let's do that.
Let's get both of them the right color. There we go. That better?
Yeah, there we go. There's that creative side. I like it. I like it. All right, keep
Yeah.
going.
So yeah, I'm a creative. So when this happened, I kind of got excited. I was like, man, we're gonna do stuff online. We're gonna be shooting videos. We're gonna create content, and it was a lot of stuff we've been talking about doing as a church that we just haven't done because we get busy and doing other things, doing the normal church stuff. So this was a time where it's like I finally get to just be creative and do this. And now we're what, 5 weeks into this,
Yep.
and creativity hasn't ran out, but I think I'm just like I'm worn out
Sure.
because like I said, I'm creative, I'm ADD, and so I have 100 ideas going on in my head at all times. And I, I don't know, Madi keeps telling me that I just create work for myself
Yep.
because I just want to do more. I'm like, oh, we could take this idea and do this, and so that's why I watch your stuff because I'm like, how do I learn how to pause? Like honestly, in this, and I'm not a perfectionist in everything, but when it comes to creativity and content, like I definitely would say that I'm a perfectionist,
Hmm.
and so I want it. Like I see it in my mind, and I want it to look like that.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so I will, even if I don't know how to do it, I'll put everything I can into it to make it look that way. And and I'm learning right now to be okay with not perfect. And that's honestly that's kind of spilled over into not just like my creative stuff, but family stuff. Like Monty and I have had to like sit down and be like, hey, it's okay for the house not to be clean all the time, and it's okay for the kids to run around in their underwear during the day and
Yep.
not get dressed. And so like learning to kind of let go of some of the I don't know, like made up standards that we've created for ourselves and our family. Um, I'm sure I don't know, most people with small children at home, if we had like screen time, like you get this much screen time, you get like an hour. Like our kids weren't even allowed to have screens during the week. And now it's like, please just get your iPad and just leave me alone. Like, just forgive me a moment. um, and I don't know. That's definitely like learning to be okay with not everything being perfect or okay. So that's
Yeah.
been a big change for me.
Yeah.
Still, I'm still learning. Like I still think God's really working on me there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And it's something we both teach is that, the truth is we can't be perfect. And so the Lord covers us in what he's done for us. And so, but I feel you, man. It's like you want to do it well. You want to do it right. You want it. You want the even the stuff that you're putting out there for the world to absorb. You want it to be meaningful and you want it to shape lives and change lives. And so I totally get that. The beauty for me is I don't have a clue what I'm doing with all this creative stuff, so I give myself a big pass in this area. But I got my own areas of that perfectionist in me. So
Yeah,
um,
it would be like me going and playing golf with you. Like I'm never going to be as good at golf as you are. So
that's
if I
true.
get frustrated that like you hit a perfect shot and I don't, that's just kind of weird. But like designing and creative stuff, that's in my wheelhouse, and so yeah, I definitely beat myself up a lot.
That's true.
And I'm learning that
You won't ever
I
beat
beat
me,
myself.
golf. So
No, never. No,
no,
absolutely not. I will concede that fact. Never will I beat you at golf. Now you can't beat me in a race in some go karts, but other than that, we're
I'd be too scared. So you're probably right. Well, good man. Well,
but
hey, what does that look like then in you kind of saying, okay, God, I can loosen the grip a little bit. What has that been looking like? How has that been shaping in you? What does that look like even as we come out of this thing and we re-enter back in with our communities? What is that? Is there anything that you see coming out of it, or is it still totally in process, totally in flux right now for you?
if I'm honest, totally in process. Like the first, so like I said, we're like 5 weeks in, right? So the first week was a whirlwind. Just let's do this. Let's get something out. And I was super proud of our church and our small community. Like I felt like week one, our team jumped in and we just like we put out some really cool content and we're able to my thing is like I like culture and like wrapping culture around the gospel. And so I felt like we did a really good job, but it was a whirlwind. So that first week was a wash, just like I was okay with not perfect.
Right.
But our team did really well. And so I'm like, oh, we, we can do this. Like we're we're all right at this. And now I'm like trying to build on it. So I'd say the next 3 weeks, I was trying to figure out like what could we do better? What could we how could we change it? And I'm finally at the end of this where I'm like, all right, Chad, like you're not only beating yourself up, but you're starting to put pressure on people that they don't need right now.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so I'm totally in process of learning like how to like what is not necessary, what can I let go of, um, and you know maybe maybe this whole pandemic being longer is all on me. Like as soon
Mhm.
as I figure this out, everybody else can go back to
Sure,
doing
sure.
life.
Yeah.
But I, I'm a slow learner, so it's a process, and hopefully one that I don't know. I'm trying to find that balance
Yeah.
where we can still do stuff creative, still put some stuff out, but also be willing to
Yeah.
not be completely perfect.
Well, and that's the thing of this time right now that's so tricky is everyone's on their phones, everyone's on social media, everyone's posting all the things that they're doing. That
Mhm.
there's this so much pressure. One for like for me as a church, like man, I got to keep up with these
Yeah,
other churches that are putting out phenomenal content. But then also just as a family, you see these other families doing creative things and going on long bike rides and going on hikes and all these stuff, and you're like, man, am I not doing enough, and
yeah,
so there's this pressure. But I think that's part of what this pause is doing in me too, Chad, is it's that thing of saying, hey, it's okay to not be perfect, it's okay to be messy. And what, God, what are you teaching me in the midst of that? What are you softening in me? What are you shaping in me? Can I slow down long enough to not have to try to keep up with everyone else and just say, here's what it is, here's what my life looks like right now, and here's the climate of the world I live in. And so, man, that's huge, Chad. I think there's a ton of people that'll resonate with that, just that, man, that pressure to do it everything perfect, and to say no, it's okay to be messy, it's okay to not have it be perfect every time. That's huge. That's huge.
yeah. But what a cool thing you guys are doing with the pause. Like you just said, like comparison, social media, like comparison is natural in that. And now we're all on social media. Like
Right.
our social media consumption is, I think I read something the other day, is up like 30%.
Jeez.
So we were already like overly consumed with
Right.
social. Now
Right. Totally.
we've gone up, and I mean comparison was already there, and so that's, I mean it happens in the church, like you just said, in the church world, it happens. Hey, um, so yeah, hopefully learning to be okay with us just being us and not
Yeah.
comparing with others is like that. I'm hoping that's part of the learning process that I get out of this for sure.
Yeah, awesome. Well, Chad, thanks for joining, man. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit, and I know this will bless many. And for all of you tuning in, may you pause long enough to embrace the messy and to let go of the perfection, and just be you, man. That's how God created you, and enjoy it. Macy, it's Chad.
Macy,
So enjoy your day. Have a blessed one, and thanks for tuning in. Love you guys.
love you, man.
Later,
You guys
bro.
have a good one.